Hi everybody, welcome to Love Speaks Love. I'm Denise, your host, and my beautiful guest today is Helen Quail, and I'm delighted to connect with you, Helen. We've been in each other's peripheries for a while.
Yeah.
Both kind of aware of each other and not fully connecting, so it feels really, really beautiful to be here with you today in this in Love Speaks Love. Now, just bear with me a second while I do some sharing of this and just double check that we are live. Sure we are, but yep. Now, do you want to share it anywhere as well, or do you want to share it after?
Let's see, I could do that right now, I guess. Yep. So
Oh, the energy
there we
just
go.
gets so beautiful.
I know, right? I can't promise that I'll be able to string words together.
I know my tricky bit at the beginning of this is doing the typing bit to get me live on Facebook. My brain just doesn't wish to work on that level. It just wishes
in that way.
to flow.
Yeah.
So Helen is a dear sister who is currently in Mount Shasta, from Scotland, and lived most of her life in Scotland. And I'll ask you a little bit about your journey to Shasta, because not everyone from Scotland goes to live in Mount Shasta.
I'm not everyone from Scotland. Yeah.
But I will just start. I like to start with a bit of a heart-to-heart connecting our hearts, but also to bring all of us into our heart space. And one of the reasons for that is that it is my dream that one day we will all be operating from our heart space and making our decisions from there, and just everything, speaking from our heart, making choices, and just basically living our lives from our heart space. And I think the more we practice doing that, the easier it is to be there. So I'm going to just invite us all to bring our awareness to our heart space. And if you wish to place one or both hands on your heart space in the center of your chest, feel free. And let's all breathe in love. And breathing out anything of the day so far, or the day ahead, or the week. Anything that might be preventing you from being in this now moment. And if you feel you've released all that you wish to release on your out breath, you can breathe in love and breathe out love. And breathing that love into every cell of our bodies. Deep into the DNA. Awakening and activating those parts of us that are ready. And let us connect our hearts now to the heart of Gaia. Feeling our awareness moving deep down into the earth, all the way down to the crystalline grid of energy that emanates out from Gaia's diamond crystalline heart. Connecting our energies to the New Earth templates. And as our hearts connect to Gaia's heart, feeling her love, feeling her gratitude for all that we are and all that we do. and feeling from Gaia's heart, just that feeling of excitement for what will play out here in this call. And also very aware of the elementals, the fairies, all from that fairy realm. Feeling the presence of the dragons, the unicorns, and also being made aware of the beings of inner earth. And moving out further afield, feeling the joy from the galactic realm, from our galactic and star families, and our multidimensional aspects. And also feeling the presence of the angelic realm, the archangels, the ascended masters. And connecting our hearts now with the heart of the sun, and with the heart of Source Creator, the great cosmic heart. So if your eyes are closed, just opening them whenever you're ready. And still with our awareness in our heart space. So welcome to Love Speaks Love, Helen.
Thank you. That was so beautiful. That was so beautiful. Thank you.
I'd always back. I'm just like, can I not just bask in these rays for a little bit longer?
Well, yeah, we can.
Time.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh, I feel like, yeah, like we were just saying, so much excitement. I'm feeling so much. There's so much movement, right? You know, like I did a little piece yesterday about stabilization, particularly because, you know, Shasta, my experience, my perception of being here, and of course it's changed over the years as everything's changed, but the pace of transformation here is so intense. Yeah. It's like the first summer that I was here, like 24/7, I likened it to like a power wash, like of pure love, just blasting, and it's like so we're like completely held in that, and at the same time everything that is not love, that is ready to come up, comes up. So my guidance before I even came here actually was that this is the most important spot planetarily at this specific point in our shift, and that's just confirmed more and more. So it's not that it's a special place that anybody needs to be, you know, you're here if you're called here for whatever purpose or period of time. But in ways that I can't even articulate it, it kind of epitomizes exactly the wave of what we're in, of the shift and of the acceleration and of the rising of consciousness. So more and more people are really being called here, whether just for a moment or a week or whatever, to exchange, to connect, to activate, and then to disperse the codes. You haven't been yet, did you say?
No.
Yeah.
No, I've not been to the States at all.
Right. Has it called you?
Yes, I wondered if I might go this year.
Yeah.
But clearly not. And it's interesting. I feel a connection with Mount Shasta. I feel in a way that that my heart is connected there already. I feel, that there's some anchoring of energy there already. And I'm very connected to the crystalline grids as well. And I know the crystalline beds there are incredible. So maybe it's through that that I feel that connection. Um, so yeah, maybe next year, who knows? At some point,
Mm.
I feel I'll
Mm.
be called.
I can feel, and just when we spoke a little bit before, like I can feel how you need to be where you are and that you are absolutely already connected in here. But the grids that you're intimate with where you are and the frequencies that you're moving, it just feels perfect. I knew before I came that it would be literally a portal, it would be a throughput, and my primary orientation is near or in the kind of locus of grid point 17, which is down near the border, in the Mexican border. So I will, I'm saying I will, because like things like, yeah, you're doing this, you're doing that, and then it goes, but things could change, but likely I will be going further south. But even that's changed because I was getting, okay, you're done, okay, da 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 da, and then it was like, no, stay for 6 months. And so for me, there's a piece here about like going deeper, and which will allow me to go wider and higher in terms of what I'm here to anchor and bring in. And of course, it's more evident than ever that the interconnection of everything, because everybody's consciousness, however awake or not awake, is being touched by these shifts in some way. So that the number of variables, like 8 billion variables or whatever, in terms of, how we're expressing and moving and shifting, that is so much more accelerated and amplified, right? So like so many of us, so many soul family, it's the impossibility of planning and just the need to be in the moment and flow is just, it's gone completely off the chart. If we're going to be, well, we have to be authentic, right? We have to be authentic with what's alive in the now. So really is like moment to moment. Yeah, and there's so much changing, there's the essence here, and then there's so much changing as well, again, depending on numerous levels of what's happening galactically and with the beings that are working here, and what's happening with the elementals and the land. And it's just extraordinary. We're just in such an extraordinary choice point. And I don't know about you, but like this whole year, I've just felt this current of excitement. Even before I could even go like that, before I could even make any kind of, not even sense of it, but just the recognition at a soul level of what's happening, and the alignment, because this is what I came for, and I know you did too. And the challenges that we've walked through in our lives, and the many points where we've been like really did I really signed up for this? This is what we signed up for. Yeah.
And that feeling of, finally it's happening.
Yeah. And I have so much compassion for all of us, right? Like it's totally simplistic to just say, oh, everybody's waking up, because no, they're not at all. And we literally have a whole spectrum of people that are clinging for what they perceive to be dear life to the old structures, which of course are breaking down, whether people are clinging to them or not. And so we have all spectrums, and some people are in a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. So more than ever, there's always these dances of like being absolutely aligned with our highest truth, our highest trajectory. And at the same time, we are interconnected, but like taking really crystal clear self-care and focus in not going down any of the multiple diversions, not just consciously in terms of whatever beliefs and so on, but in terms of energetics and all the energetics that are up. And you do get that amplified here. You know, some of my children, well, all of my children are super sensitive, just in different ways, and deal with it in different ways. But you know, they're trying to navigate that, like many of us are as well. So, and just keep finding, discovering center, and then creating and moving from here. I have a sense of how the energies are. I can feel how the energies are in England and Scotland. I'm curious to what your take is on where things are at there.
Well, I'm quite separate from it all, really.
Yeah.
I'm in a fairly small town in the north of England. There's only 7,000 people live here, so it's pretty small. And it's fairly rural as well. And I kind of keep myself a little bit separate. I'm not too connected. I'm from Manchester, so it would have been very different had I gone back to Manchester. I can't quite imagine what it must feel like in the cities at
Yeah.
the moment. And it
Yeah.
feels like you say, like there's a very mixed bag. There's that there's people going down like the protester route now, which in lots of ways is amazing because it's it's kind of sending the message out things need to change, and
Yeah.
more people are realizing things need to change, and
Yeah.
that can be part of the awakening journey as well. It's part of the hang on a minute, this isn't what I thought it would be. So and I don't watch the news. I don't really have much way of connecting with with the rest of the country. Um, so the feeling here, it's not business as usual, and it's very mixed. And I forget what we're doing at the moment until I go outside, and then see people wearing masks and stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, that's what we're doing at the moment.
Yeah. That's the game that we're playing.
Yeah, yeah. So I've just moved here on Saturday, and two doors down, someone's just moved in, and I was just being introduced to them earlier. And I don't shake hands normally anyway, so it was really odd for me to put my hand out to shake and then remember, oh yeah, we're not doing that at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I forget because I'm kind of in my space and doing my stuff, which is very different from how a lot of the rest of the community are kind of dealing with this and approaching it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's just to hold awareness lightly. I mean, I've been really guided a couple of points to travel during all of this. And at one point I kind of whistle stop 5 states or something, road trip Nevada and Utah through the canyons and Sedona finally, and Joshua Tree and Ojai for 6-6. And then just recently to the Oregon coast and the Redwoods and then Crater Lake. Um, and again, there's multiple levels of what was happening in terms of energetics, and at the human level, it's a fascinating social experiment, to just come through, like literally come through all these different realities, and to do so with total compassion, and then as I was saying a moment ago, but to still stay centered in what is really resonant in our own hearts and our own bellies and own beings. Shasta's it's a bit of a bubble. It's also small. People are surprised it's actually a really small town as well.
Yeah.
It's very well known in the spiritual community, but it's just a small town. But you do have a lot of people coming in. We don't have all the international people coming in this year, though there seems to have been some from Japan, but we don't have all the Europeans and all that kind of stuff. So it's just mostly American that can get in. So, and there's actually a lot of people coming here from the cities that are just like, yeah, well, why not come and be here? So yeah, it's kind of interesting as well. It's just like people are asking questions, and that is wherever that's at, that is part of the awakening process, and that's healthy. So yeah.
And I'm
Feeling
hearing
so much. Mm-hmm.
sorry, I was just going to say, and I'm hearing people saying things like, and I'm finding the news so depressing these days, I can't watch it. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, it's like, well, don't, you know.
Don't go back.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I'm just feeling a lot going on in my heart space as we're just, you know, as our humans are hanging out here. And as you were doing the intro, Denise, I was really feeling our teams coming closer and just like, yay, let's play. I've heard a little bit of your light language transmissions, and and I haven't listened to them much purely because it's like, oh yeah, like it was just instant recognition. Like literally, we speak the same language, you know. It was just a real resonance and recognition. I'd like to just move into some light language if that's okay. Like that just feels more natural.
Yeah, yeah.
More natural for me than oftentimes. Than okay, I'm just going to say through. Tai cheku ana I me ina tira aka aka ye. Ni ina ai ara ma ai te ko tiene ne ba ko tia ka ai ni. Nara ai mi ko che ne te ke ma ai nara ya ki ai te ai. Ina ma ka yu ti ti che nara ma ogi a me ke te e te au tai ke. Me nara ina te ko che ma ai na te e te ra aka ai ke aka. Me ta ra ka au che aka ake aka. Ni te mi ka ake. So this is a grid work activation that's just coming in. Ni te me tuka ari ni te 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 a. Ma e chana me ka i ni to e te. Hai e na ne na ma ana ra na a te na ka ai ma au i ne te uta i me ke. I ma ka ai che na ta. Let's take a deep breath. Release. Tai e o che ne te. Hai ma ai na anara e pu i te me tai e te ana. Ma ai nara e kia me te a.
Kuyane erano kun aya. Kol are int orai ia kono kokoi. Kolea mai etonna kataluna. Put aya kieta. Pomast are ia tono kokoi.
Me atia shi na maka ai. Na ta. I ma okie ni tai ma ai chio ne ka ai. Ne na ta ichi mai u koi na ra ai te ti ma a. Ina mai na ta ichi na ai.
Onai ia ho. Kia lae. Ia mai ia o. Oe anai.
Tia mai che na ai tia che. Ia na ra aka ai ne. Me e tu che e kia na pa a che ne ki tu i te. Na ai ne te ma ra aka me i tia che ka ai ne te. Me na te ana ai me nui ai te hui na e ta e a hui e te o kai che e na i te mukaia. Ai ne ra o a me e kia i te ai. I'm feeling the ancient stones really present, Denise. You have a big connection with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anywhere in particular? Anywhere in particular?
There's a really big one not far from here. in Bridlington, which is the tallest one, and Avebury.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one in nearby is in Rudston, and it's not very well known. It's a single one, but it's
Yeah.
connected.
Sometimes they're the most powerful. So have you been to the ones on the west coast of Scotland?
Oh yes, how could I forget? Well, I've been to
Like Kilmartin and
Callanish.
Callanish and Lewis, yeah. Oh, yeah. Have you been to just south of Oban?
No.
Okay, so that's part of what we've to connect in, because I could really feel like your stones. Avebury is just like, just leave me there, and I've spent a lot of time. Oh, okay, this is just landing in my body. I spent a lot of time doing priestess work and all kinds of work in the area south of Oban, Kilmartin, Kilmichael, the Avenue of the Stars, and the stones that are there that are just exquisite, and a bit like you, I call it your one. There's just stones in fields, on their own, like in the farms and stuff like that, as well as some of the other ones. So they're little known, and it's just on the coast adjacent to Iona, which of course is crystalline.
Yeah.
And it has so many portals, Lemurian and Atlantean. Have you been to Iona yet? Yet, she says. What's that? Not yet. Okay. So, because when you go 3 times. I didn't know this until I finally got to go. And then I was called back. And there's an ancient saying that if you come, you will return and you'll be there 3 times. So anyway, yeah, so I'm feeling that area. And obviously, thank you for bringing in Callanish. That had called me for years. And then I finally went a few years ago. My aunt actually lives in Stornoway in that island.
Oh wow.
Okay, so yeah, I want to just okay. So I'm holding space and anchoring in that area in Scotland right now, and I'm feeling as tuning in to over here. Okay, I'm just gonna open that up some more, and just feel free to chip in. We're just riffing and playing and.
And I'm feeling my energy going, and this isn't somewhere I know, this isn't somewhere I've been. But the south coast, I think southwest coast, like kind of Devon, Cornwall.
Okay.
I feel like this is going, because I'm northeast, I feel
Uh-huh.
like this is going down through to southwest.
Okay.
And also London as well. I'm kind of feeling London going in that. It feels.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So yeah.
I was just going to say, connecting in with with Manchester as well. That's where I lived before I moved to Australia, and it was kind of Druid capital of England as well. So there's very strong energy spots there, and there's an abbey. Oh, I've forgotten the name of it. Yeah, connecting with the abbey there as well. And then feeling to go southeast and then back up to where I am northeast. And feeling Wales as well. I just got Snowdonia popping in. And really feeling the waters of these places as well. I'm seeing a huge lake in Snowdonia. Ni aile oronukone kepia. Ea tan keporon ut oist aran ekiena kartototoen. Hul ehian era antukun ta dero. Ul earei it aroi ut oina karatutun. Ul arin e kara kona kiepara. Keast aran iki it odotatatato unta. E araniki aman e koton kakakai. And just to say to people listening as well, if you're probably doing this already, but anybody watching live or on the replay, to really kind of connect in with this feels like new frequencies going to the places that we've mentioned, but to many other places in the world as well.
Yeah, yeah, and my role is to, I'm like really holding the space in Scotland, on that west coast of Scotland, and the way that I'm being shown it is, oh gosh, I can hardly talk. I can't even describe it, but you know, like that's the center point, and like your focus is initially is going through all of these points in England and Britain, and obviously Shasta is a part of this. There's you know, I don't get a lot of detail anymore. I don't get involved in it. I just show up and do the work. But like I'm getting it's a new portal, or is a new portal through that area in Scotland that's streaming out, you know, ultimately in a kind of sphere, you know, and it will probably go wider. But right now, you're really like weaving and anchoring into these points that are coming in. And of course, I'm sure that people listening and watching will be getting their own pieces. You know, we are always co-creating and weaving. So whoever's here is here because they're meant to be here. And so other people, I'm feeling Dina really strongly actually. So she's in Costa Rica. So other people beginning their pings, but like my guidance is to really hold this like center point of this opening, and it is new frequencies. Yeah, and the mountain Shasta here is making this possible also.
And I'm feeling there's at least one person in Ireland as well, whether that's watching us now live or on the replay, but my energy's going over to Ireland as well.
Yeah. I've got all my ancestries in Ireland. I've got a lot of rootedness through there too in this lifetime. Or this Tui I no ye ata acha me no ko te he a atia me te o ka ne nen te ra mi ko I ya atu shina a ni me e o ka ata I te chene ma a ka ai te hora a hai me e tara a I ki ma ke ta e te hui ta e ma ha na hui te ka. So we can really go into Gaia's crystalline heart right now again. When the tai cha me ni kuira na te ka ai me win tai chi me ni te ai cha e ta na maka e ni tia e tuata e te me really bring her heart space into the center of this space and of this opening. Me o tu chi ke ye nara maka ai te no te che na ma a kia a ni to a ye a ta e na ma a ka e te na e ta a e. Yeah, Nimika. And this, they're just saying to this is why you and I couldn't, or we didn't connect before now, because this, you know, this couldn't come in before now. And we're here in this full moon. And it feels like such a moon of newness, like such newness. Completions and the brand newness. Me tui chara na aime ya kota ima ka aite na aita ya aka. Yeah, so I'm feeling a sister in that works with really works with all the stones in North East Scotland. Me tia icha me no tara yemakia ata. We met at Callanish and did some work there. Me tui tara ichi ki amaka. So that northeast areas coming online up into the Chitlins and yeah, Orkney. Chu na ra ai ni na ikuma e a tia. Hui ana ayara tia.
And I'm feeling my Australian and New Zealand connections as well, and Bali. Feeling this going right through to Byron Bay on the east coast of Australia.
Tai ni the toicha akai ni ne. Ita aicha ni ta ya New Zealand ni tui nera me ko iche. Yeah, it came through Egypt. I felt Egypt just come in a moment before you said that.
And Tasmania too, it felt like something just went boom in Tassie. I know it's a small island with really strong ley lines, so and just connecting in with Ivania there.
So it's interesting. I'm feeling all of the activity taking place, like if you like, to the east, or the east. Like this half of the circle. Like this is the kind of focus of direction, and then but the Shas is right here. As part of the anchoring, but it's all like the networks are coming online here. First, okay. Mitoya ina cha me oi tadete uka ai mike. Yeah, I check. Okay. So we can open up even more dimensions through this portal. There is a readiness for it. Again, just want to really merge with the crystalline heart of Gaia. Everyone that's listening. Doesn't matter if none of this makes any sense. If you feel guided and resonant, just really merge with your own Christed heart space, the crystalline heart of Gaia, and the heart of Source.
I'm feeling my energy going really deep in the ocean now. I don't know which ocean, and connecting in with the whales here and the dolphins. Ai nuit atata oran ipat ke aran I ha un iutoren. La harnokort kaparan tatatatai. Kol hian an orot und barataka. Oleas oran od ar ut o kea ntia. Moleina kellepena totunt a. Kolesta he aron ut oi brunt a. Kuttu että baratakatina ketlai. Ko ihia antadai tututututui
Tache na ai me na ta ta. Oh.
Kiemme aran kuti para it era kut unta ta at and I make it getting the words crystalline gateways.
This is a big jump. This is a big this is a big jump. We're ready for it. Matai manatia maakaya yatia. Nitya. Not everyone's ready, of course, but everyone who is able to attune and open to the frequencies. Chia ra ia tu chia ta he ni ta mi o ka ai na ta I che mi o ka e mi te.
Kinea ratadora ratatato per la paretti tatatototoi tatatata e anaya titi Ian eran ia kora ut oist ja et ore iapa at on ea ako pat tatata ort uit tatatatat eerst ere ja are een ogen o ko Urni ai, brut ai, brut ai, brut ai, Onna hea hint a oko para. Just ar y hen, o'r nwy, kakako, oi,
So there was a lot clearing out. Yeah. So you're an accelerator, and it still tickles me to be in an anchor role, because for so much of this lifetime I just I want to be flying about the cosmos, and I have multiple ways that I play, but the mountain's the route as well. So it's the mountain is such an anchor for what's coming in. It's such a transformer. Oh my goodness, there's a lot moving. So what I'm getting shown is that the portal that is opened at the west of Scotland is going to close again. That we have a little bit more of a window just to receive, and it's very likely we'll be called back to reopen and do some more. But it is like it's not going to stay open. It's too high and it's too multidimensional. It's interesting. Yeah, it's like I still like this whole area I could feel kind of coming online, and then a little bit down into the southwest. You guess that kind of Bali area and stuff. Yeah, where I've been as well. But the whole of Russia, China, Asia, all of that is like. Are you sensing anything of that?
Yeah, it feels like it can't push through.
It's just like a no go. Yeah, and that's okay. Alaska's open. Pole. Okay. Ta ene cha e mo ka ene ra e ma ka e te. Ta I che na ma a e na e na e na e na e na a. cha ini ta hufte e aina aka e.
Connecting in with the Bosnian pyramids, I'm feeling now.
Nice. Yeah, so what I'm really feeling them like picking up instead of taking on some of the frequencies. Like now they can be part of the transmission, the transmitters. Nice. Tai nai. Na di tai ko. Kia ma a ini te kia. So they're bringing me right out of planet now into the etheric fields of Gaia, particularly above the North Pole. Tui cha me ka e ne ra me koi ta e che ka e. Na e tai ma ane tau e kia ka e te. So it's like her whole central channel of Gaia. If we can attune.
Yeah, feeling from the Arctic down all the way through to the Antarctic. I harap on ora ep a ut ora I iktan ikitututututun ora at e ke is ora in aparatonot hut at I atatan ora enaki bai oi I ora ora ai Ni ara.
Ena. Ama e kocha ene te aike. Ima ka ena ema o ia e kia tia chenia. E tia ine chuma e te aka. Tuia e che ine tai. Ina tai ko cha ine utara ene maaka. Let's just bring it gentleness. And a breath. So, central channel of Gaia's upgrading. Ta ichi. Dai makoi na yete. Everyone can just be sure to discharge any excess energy through the soles of the feet with love, and grace, and humility. Gratitude for the support of Gaia, all realms, the galactics, stone beings, crystalline beings, own awakened aspects and for the power and magnificence of this moment. It's the gift of this moment as creators. Kaya chimikani yanite waka yene nigera acha emiko ita nene tiata.
Ja eran o koi, at ukt eran ikta, ukt oi, ikta, and just feeling particular geometries activating just now. Crystalline geometries.
Yeah.
And connecting in with all the rose lines.
The dragon beings are supporting, overseeing.
Hai ai hoi ut ia kui tatoi a un hei a ul oi tan oi tan I ai ai na ara it on a a ai yot o.
Yes, I'm really in the waters again as we're spreading. Cha in ta me ki ni de ko ka ka ti ka ta ka ka ni ko ta ka ka ta ka ta ko ko ta ta che ki ta I tu ya ta cha chim ka ta ni to ta ra ka ti ka ai te. So what's coming online now is stone tablets under the surface, full of coding. Atlantean and galactic. So we can pull what's relevant and resonant to this now. And only this. I. In Jerusalem now. Tai mi o tai o te ka ai ni tara ai e te o ai. Minda tai che ka ai na la ai ma ka ai te e te. Ta e te e kia e na ai te. I'm getting pulled to Ethiopia. Tai che ne te o I ne te kia and right down East Africa. Turai cha I me nai tai che ko I ta I me ta ko I ta. Tai ta South Africa me tai che te. Takatara takadoine ta a.
And feeling my presence in Iran and Iraq. Or an e at all. Horrid e a. Eret oid do e act e a. Hoid ait oid ait. I orit oid a good oid a. I it a ot oi barat I oid I o ja ind ea kwist ar hier dwi'n rit ai doi da doi
Tai te. A lot of old timelines just collapsing. A lot of Atlantean timelines. Which is the highest, most divine alignment in this now, new moment of creation. Sovereign expressions of consciousness manifest here and across many dimensions, across all space-time.
I'm really feeling the presence of the trees as well, and feeling like the countries that we couldn't get in, it's like the tree network has received it.
And I'm just being told really clearly that's why I had to go to the red works. There was some preparation, and I realized afterwards when I went to Crater Lake, there was part of what had been going on was preparation, because we don't know what's ahead, right? And consciously. So yeah, I was going to bring in the sequoias here to just support that network. They already know. Beautiful. Kai me no uye tae. Kai manaya heya tae. Kai manaya heya. Teya, teya, ye. So I'm just getting told that like we're wanted to come back and continue to open this portal periodically, kind of regularly. And there's something about the alchemy of our codes and our beings that makes that, and our placement, all of it, that makes it possible. So this is like just it's like the first
phase
you
one.
know, phase one. There's always phase one of multiple phases, right? You know, and then we get told, yes, you're complete. Until the next time. Oh, my crystal ball is singing by itself. Nice. Yeah, it's like I see it opening and closing, like, you know, until we're able to take the frequencies more consistently. Tami kai china na I mara o kia I ta che o ma kia te ana tai.
I'm really grateful that we've done this on air and not privately, and I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's been on the call.
Yeah.
And who's still on the call as well.
And just if people can't feel it, and they probably can, like the joy and gratitude that's just emanating from so many beings, just yeah. And it always takes all of us, you know, like, you know, Denise and I are here, like in front of the camera, but like it's, you know, my work on the planet is about many things, but it's about the collective. It's about us coming together, awakening together, and, you know, through our sovereign realization of self, and then our interconnectedness and our communion and our play and our community, whatever ways, that it's just exponential, right? And so if you watch any of my lives, you'll see that I frequently cry because I'm just so touched and grateful for us showing up. So yeah, like this was completely meant to be as this rather than as you, you know, just privately kind of opening things up. It needed the field of support. It needed every bit of it. It needed my dear soul brother Skander and the stone being that I've got in my lap and all of the different magical alchemic ingredients and this moon and yeah,
No,
it feels like so beautiful. Yeah. And everybody will have their own, you know, experience. There's absolutely no paradigm of what anything needs to look like. Every bit is a piece, so whatever people are experiencing is part of it, and just to trust it and be in it.
And if it's dislodging some denser emotions as well, that's perfectly fine. Just, you know, allow yourself to feel them and release them. I just got the image of what you were talking about before, when you got to Shasta and everything kind of like shaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Out anything that wasn't in alignment.
Yeah. 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 There was a one point where I was really being shown a big clear out in the grids.
Yeah.
So yeah, some people will feel that more than others, and I'm feeling like a orgasmic afterglow. Right, that's what I'm feeling. Like just very gentle and peaceful and
Yeah.
grateful. Thank you so much to you, Denise, for everything.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yay. Looking forward to next time. Whatever. Yeah.
Me too. Me too. Just having a quick look at the messages, see if any jump out, but I'll pay more attention later. Wow. So just feeling that weaving energy between all of us on the live, and everyone who watches this on the replay and also on YouTube, and feeling that really strong cohesion.
And can you feel how that's just rippling out into the collective? Just naturally, you know, our higher consciousness just knows when there's a level of coherence and a readiness that can just organically and inherently ripple out to touch as many hearts and as many beings are open at a higher level. And the waters carry us. We are water. We're held and supported. So these waves of new light are in the waters. And I will be going to Crater Lake this evening and camping and going into the water at sunrise tomorrow. So that's why I was told Thursday. My guides were like, go on Thursday, go on Thursday. So now I'm getting the connection with all of this to go to connect in with the waters more and further anchoring.
And I got a real strong feeling of family pets before. It's like if the families aren't ready, the pets are going, I'll hold this for the family until, and they're disseminating it out to
Nice.
their families. Never felt that before.
All right. Well, they have a clarity. They don't have the programming and that can in the way that humanity is still dismantling the density of that.
I'm really feeling the horse kingdom with us as well, and the cattle. And now I'm just getting like so many different animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll hold it. We'll
Yeah.
hold it. We'll hold it.
Yeah. And I've got the elementals and the fairies and birds and so and different people like in the call will be perhaps resonating with different frequency holders and like ultimately we're just being reminded again of our interconnectedness and with our yes and with our showing up and opening then and availability then the animals, the waters, the mountains, the stone beings are just like we're here for this and the gratitude and and I'm guided just in this moment to say to people this is Wednesday, so it's hard. It is Wednesday, right? The Wednesday healing with Sally is in like 2 hours or so, just over 2 hours, 1:30 my time. And it's a half an hour space, and it's been going for 7 years, and you don't have to do anything, you don't have to be online, you don't have to sign up. Just connect through the heart space to the frequencies that come in, and it's different every week. And it's so held by our higher teams. You know, we provide the anchoring, and so I feel that there'll be a very clear correlation with what's come in now and what can be further anchored through the Wednesday field today. So just to let people know about that if they're not aware of it.
Which Sally?
Sally Sharon.
Right. Oh, yes, of course.
Sally Phillips in Southampton. Yeah. It's been every Wednesday for 7 years.
Wow. Go you, Sally.
Yeah. Oh, Sally and I have been playing along with all of our teams and a lot of people that have been connecting in throughout that time. So it's a very established field that it keeps evolving as well, but the container is very held.
I felt Sally Claridge very strongly. I don't know if you know.
I do know her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a couple of points that I thought I've got to send this to this person. I sent it to
Right.
Layla, who's near the Bosnian pyramids, and I got Sally very strongly.
And she's still in Orgiva.
I think so.
In Spain. Yeah, so I got a really strong connection there. I was called there. I thought that's where I was. That was my spot, and it wasn't. I just had to go back and forth over a period of time. I'm always super connected in with there from here. It's a really important divine feminine portal, and the mountains there as well. So it's beautiful. Yeah, and doubtless there'll be points will keep pinging. You know, it's like a map where lights come on. You know, for everybody, they might be like, oh, I'm feeling this. It's beautiful. It's like we got the tap was turned on, we got a big inflow, and then it was turned off for now, and then we can just work with it. And they'll let us know when the next opening is for sure.
And even though it's been turned off, it kind of feels that anybody watching this, that on some level that it's still open for them if they want to be in that quantum.
Yeah, it's not gone. It's just available in a different way. Yeah, for sure. It's activated. It's come online.
But I think you're right. It can't be at that level that it was while we did this.
Yeah.
So I'm sure everybody watching knows this, but just a reminder to drink plenty of water. Not only for the hydration, but also to get the codes into the water as well. More strongly.
Of course, we do have this full moon, so to just really utilize, maximize, the energetics of the moon, and with our crystals and whatever tools that we resonate with, sound, movement.
Yeah. That felt good.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, wonderful. Wow. You just, as they say in Britain, you just never know the minute, or they say in Scotland anyway. But you know, it's yeah, when we show up in presence in the moment, we just don't know what's going to come. And now, this now more than ever, feels really good.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. You're glowing even more. You're like lighthouse.
Yep, so are you.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
So thank you everybody that's been with us and watching. I'm going to stop the live shortly, in a second or two. Just to say, watch this space. We will be back. Love, 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 love.